Welcome back to another deeper dive session with your girl Dion, your Sin City Medium. Here, we channel messages from ascended masters and then we take a deeper dive to see how we can apply them to our daily lives. Today, we've channeled Freya and she reminds us of phases and cycles in our life, okay? So here's a channel message and then we'll take our deeper dive. She says, releasing fears allows you to move more freely. The wind doesn't hit a roadblock, it just dances around it, knowing it will make it to the other side regardless. Your experiences dramatically change for the better when you choose another path. The universe is always providing another option for the better. You just need to use your discernment to understand when it's time to leave, close the door, or release from that person, that place, or that thing that is no longer aligned. The wall or roadblock in your lives may represent the closing of a cycle, but more importantly, it represents a new beginning. There are no losses, only opportunities. The affirmation, I feel secure, knowing the changes in my life are providing me new opportunities. Let's talk about it. From the very beginning where Freya mentions the wind dancing around the roadblock, right? Because they know they will make it to the other side regardless, right? Oftentimes for us, we hit a roadblock or we get hung up and we panic because something isn't working the way we expected it to or the way we wanted it to, right? And things would be so much easier for us if when we hit that roadblock, we did like the wind and we just shifted our path. Because the reality of it is there has never been something that you have come across, a difficult situation or hardship that you face that you haven't made it to the other side. So you just have to have that inner knowing, okay? Capital letters, emphasis, that knowing that you will make it to the other side, right? Having the intention and just continuing with forward movement keeps you in the right state of flow and it keeps you in the right state of mind, not to get hung up in panic or stress when something isn't happening the way you want it to, your desired or expected, I should say, outcome, right? Because what you desire, you'll probably get even better because the universe is always providing a better option, which leads me to part 2. Where she talks about the universe always providing another option for the better. We just need to believe this and we just need to utilize our discernment, right? When we hit this roadblock to say, all right, this thing ain't aligned or this ain't the path I'm supposed to be on. And we adjust a little, tweak it a little, but keeping forward always. So in this way, we know that it's only a blockage when we allow it to be a blockage because we want to keep where we feel comfortable. It's like, no, I've been on this path. This is the path I want to take, right? You're afraid to hop in and take a different direction or go a different route to get to the other side because a lot of times we have a fear of the unknown, right? So this is where, again, that inner trust, that inner knowing has to be strong to where you can say, okay, I'm not going to panic and wait on the roadblock to make a decision because when you look at a lot of times in our love life, and we've all been there, this is no shade, right? We often put like, oh, well, I'm just waiting on him or her, like to figure out what they want or if they're going to call me. And yes, we can hold space for people, but if we constantly see like, man, this is something that's a bit triggering. There's lots of, misalignments here. Y'all aren't getting along on a lot of things, but you're trying to hang on to it so bad because you feel like that commitment, that marriage, that label has to come from this individual. We're not putting nothing in the roadblock hands. We just say, all right, cool, right? No problem, no sweat. You know what I mean? Maybe this isn't aligned and we shift and we go in another direction. And that's how we should handle this. Whole grace, well, we're not stopping nothing. It's forward movement always, okay? In that way. So a lot of times when we sit up there, we make a decision to say, okay, I'm going to alleviate whatever stress this is when you hit the roadblock and you go around it. You're getting rid of panic, you're getting rid of overthinking, and you are trusting that that roadblock is there or that redirection is being provided by your ascended masters, your guides, and your spirit team for good reason. It takes away so much stress. We create our own blockages sometimes, okay? All right, I feel like I beat that one into the ground. Third thing, last thing I want to bring up is in the end where she says, but more importantly, right, this closing of a cycle is representative of a new beginning. There are no losses, only opportunities. You are always right where you're supposed to be, right? Sometimes we have to sit there a little longer because we're not learning a particular lesson or there's something we're not necessarily seeing or embodying. But the reality of it is you are always where you are supposed to be. There are no losses. If that relationship didn't work, baby, that wasn't the one that was meant for you. If things didn't work out at that job, then my love, that was not your long-term aligned fit. That was not the one, right? That's just how that works. But what it allows you, right? Every ending creates a new beginning. Every door that closes, another one opens, and it's a new opportunity, right? So we need to be stepping into these new opportunities with excitement, expecting, okay, the best and the highest of our desires, not being afraid, right? Because what you put out is what you get back. So that's not what we want to do. The truth of the matter is, all we need to have is faith. Faith in knowing that the universe is always, okay, working on our best and highest behalf. All right? I love y'all. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If there's a particular ascended master that you've heard of, that you know of, that you want me to channel, we can do that. I love you guys. Join us in Discord, where we channel messages like this. We do yes or no's. We do giveaways. Thank you guys for following the YouTube. Join us on the live. We do that every day at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I would love to see you guys there.